Thank you Squarespace for sponsoring this video.
Dirt's a little too soft there.
Hand tricks, so I ignored my good intention. Called that number anyway. The doctor on the line said she'd get me in the day. Dr. Juice, Sister Squeeze, Dr. Juice, Sister Squeeze. Guarantee for that you gotta pay. She said she'd fix my body in that old-fashioned way. She wrapped her arms around me, squeezed me till I popped. She said she'd keep it coming till she heard me holler stop. Sister Squeeze. And 3, Dr. Juice. 1, see ya. Sister Squeeze. She left me with the soup spoon and amphetamines. I was tripping like a baboon on the Serengeti. She said the second session. She said Saturday sounds so sweet. Said she'd fix my ankle, put the wheel in my feet. Dr. Juice, Sister Squeeze, Dr. Juice, Sister Squeeze.
Well, I just had one of the coolest experiences I've ever had in my entire life. And it's kind of a funny story how I got here. But a couple of months ago, Alicia and I went skydiving, and my tandem instructor just seemed like a super rad dude. And I ended up finding his Instagram afterwards and just thought I'd shoot him a message out of the blue. Just, offer to come shoot photos of him. If he ever, goes base jumping or wingsuiting in the area, and didn't really expect anything to come from it, but he shot me a message about a month later and said, "Hey, I'm going up to this mountain in Washington. You should come out and shoot some photos." And I was like, "Oh yeah, baby." So got up early and we hiked 3,000 feet up this mountain, and I got to watch him wingsuit off of this 1,500, 2,000 foot cliff. And I have never seen anything so cool in my entire life. And I was debating on how I wanted to shoot it. Did I want to go with the Mamiya 7? Did I want to shoot it on digital video? And I ended up bringing the 16 mil up. Threw a roll of 50D in. That long lens on the K3 is so good for something like that. And I got a I think I got a beautiful shot of him just launching off the exit point, tracked him all the way down, and I only had about 26 seconds of footage because that's how long the motor can run for without having to wind it again. And it was perfect timing because it cut out just as he was about to go over the ridge and I was about to lose sight of him. So that's how I started out my day. And yeah, the stoke levels are very high and I didn't even jump off the cliff. So pretty damn sick, but we got a whole couple of days of Washington adventures ahead, going up north to fly fish. I'm a sweaty mess right now, so I need to find a river to jump in. That's my next stop. Get a nice little bath in, but what a way to kick this little 2-day Washington excursion off, man. That was so sick.
Every time I see the sun, a rooster crows for days. And every time I see that gal, she always looks away. Hell, she always looks away. Hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home, back where I belong. Hold on, baby, baby, just hold on. Sunday morning meeting time, I hear them church bells ring.
So I'm looking to get a long exposure of this little waterfall here. I'm gonna throw the 5-stop ND on the Mamiya. Actually, I'm just gonna hold it in front of the lens because I don't have my step up ring on me.
Hold on, I'll be coming home, back where I belong. Yeah, baby, hold on, baby, baby, just hold on.
What kind of strange utopia is this? I mean, you'd have to be crazy not to go inside and at least check it out, right? Behold, the Sandbar Tavern. This mountainside sanctuary is the perfect spot for a post-hike refreshment, or a pre-hike refreshment if you're into that sort of thing. The inside of this joint can only be described as some sort of strange fever dream laced with a psychedelic drug of your choosing. It's a beautiful sight to behold. Ice-cold beer on tap, friendly patrons, and some killer chili from what I hear. If you're cruising along Highway 2, this stop is well worth your time.
I'll be coming home, yeah, back where I belong. Baby, won't you hold on one more time? There you go.
Now I am heading north to Marble Mount up on the North Cascades Highway area, which I've shot at before. I made a video, a couple of videos actually on the North Cascades Highway. So doing some fly fishing tomorrow, heading up there tonight to get everything dialed in, super excited. So let's get on the road, start heading north.
Got me in, but Lord, she loves to try. Oh, Lord, she does try. Hold on, baby, just hold on. I'll be coming home,
Beautiful view of Mount Index right here.
back where I belong with you, baby. Ooh.
This photo really makes me feel like I'm 23 again, shooting pictures of dumb, random, pointless shit.
I said, baby, just hold on.
Well, well, well. Back in the North Cascades, picking blackberries off the side of the road. One of my favorite places to be.
I live down the road from Buddy's barroom. I got a running tab, it's done run away. Sometimes I think I'm whistling past the graveyard. Last night I got so
flag blowing.
drunk, I didn't even know my name. But the beer is cold and the music's always playing.
If you've been watching for a while, you'll remember this spot. Summer 2021, on my trip out to Diablo Lake, I stopped here and photographed this on the 105 lands, Pentax 6.7. And this was all tall golden grass, but now it's all rolled up into hay bales. So that is a pretty cool contrast to how I shot this scene, or how this scene looked 2 years ago.
Better singing, drinking songs together.
I was gonna do the good old-fashioned middle of the road sketchy photo, shooting down this direction, but I think the highlights are gonna be a little bit too blown out at the top of the frame. So I'm gonna shoot this bend in the road, which is really nice. It's more evenly lit, and it's looking like 1/8 of a second at f8. Cars coming.
They finished up late shift, so I hear. Mickey looks so tired it might fall over. But he heads straight for the jukebox and he orders him a beer. But his home's a wreck, he's been bouncing checks, he got bills that's piling high. They asked the good Lord for some help, but he got no reply. And he said, Jesus ain't an easy man to talk to. And heaven never sounded all that nice. But I feel a little better singing, drinking songs together. A little 16 bars of paradise. Now you make some big mistakes over a lifetime, and heaven knows there ain't no perfect man. Sometimes it's just too late for forgiveness, but everybody here knows that you're doing the best you can. Well, life is tough, you done had enough, you ain't got no cash to spend. Come on down to Buddy's bar, it's on the house, my friend. We said Jesus ain't an easy man to talk to. Heaven never sounded all that nice, but to feel a little better singing, drinking songs together. A little 16 bars of paradise.
I think we've always been connected with like nature and backpacking and fishing, but I have a family and he's got his family, and now it's become really the only opportunity where we are together alone.
Come all you young rounders, and a story I'll tell of the promise of heaven and the warning of hell. Take heed where you ramble, or too soon you will go. Way up on the hillside where the new flowers grow.
We spent a lot of time together growing up. Like it was like the twins, like we did everything. And then as we got older and we both kind of started to go in different directions, it was hard to find that time. So this is kind of bringing it back, and this is our time. It's not as much as we'd like, but
yeah, it's not as much as we'd like, but it also makes those times that much more special because we get 3 or 4 days of just us being together is pretty epic.
Well, they called her a beauty, they called him a thief. In the quiet of the evening, they'd steal away where the laughter would it wrong, but hell, it seemed alright.
I think this particular section of this river that we go on is, for us, is kind of starting to become kind of like our home waters. Like, even though we don't live anywhere really near there, it's a place we go to in the summer, and it's also a place we go to late in the fall and the winter, generally speaking. So, and it's a very special place for us. So yeah, it's kind of become home waters.
Well, and it's so important that we made a video, several videos, but one of them was called Nostalgia, because that's a word that comes to mind when we think about this location. And
it's hard to find a spot where there's hardly anybody there. It's one of the most beautiful places you can imagine, and there's still that chance of catching that epic fish.
Well, she walked up the hillside on one day, and the heart is a hunter, always knows of its prey, and her father's old pistol hanging loose by her side. When she aimed once, she never shot twice.
some of the best fishing, fly fishing, around. I mean, I would say almost in the United States is, Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana. I mean, we're in the thick of it.
We keep trying to go to other places, but when you get accustomed to and you know an area, because you spend a lot of time driving around, finding the spots, and once you know a spot, it's hard to pull yourself away from
Yeah, you can
what
waste
is
like
good.
2 or 3 days driving somewhere when we could be 2 or 3 days fishing a spot we already know. So, yeah.
Headed down, I was just a baby. I remember that day when I walked up the hillside, saw 2 mounds of creek. I'll always remember, and I'll never go back up the hillside where the new flowers grow. Back up the hillside where the new flowers grow.
Coming out. For me, really the creative side of fly fishing is just, doesn't matter how good you are, there's always something to learn. There's always a new cast, there's new gear coming out. I love tying flies and creating and building, and so for me the creative side is always going to keep me interested in fly fishing. To be able to tie a fly and change it and tweak it, I love that.
I think you kind of immerse yourself more into the lifestyle of a fish, mimicking, nymphing and streamers and dry flies and the food that they actually eat, and then trying to present that in a way that they're actually going to take it.
It's just like a culmination of so many years of learning things, and you get that one big fish, and that one big fish just means, like, the trip is, you're satisfied.
And when you catch a fish, you don't have 5 pounds of weights and flashers and things on the line. It's like you and the fish and the connection with your fly line, and that's the best feeling.
The big one. Yeah, I just ran a mile to get here. So the cool thing is when you see their spots.
These old muddy shoes keep on walking the streets. Someone's bride.
Today, this is the first fish I've caught in the 3 days that we've been going. So yeah, I feel really, really good.
There's my reflection against the morning light. Hello, Mr. Ghost, Mr. Skeleton White.
Fish!
Better calm your head, better wipe that George Clay off your brow. You better stand up straight, man, these people hardly recognize you now.
Oh man, it feels good to get the skunk off.
Lord, carry me like a sailing ship, comfort me before I slip through the dark side of the moon. All this spinning around hurts my head. I just sit here lonesome for you. There's a million things I would rather do instead.
Look at that.
I know it takes a lot to change where it might, and I know it takes a year to see the warm summertime. But I'm made of nails, man, made of tombstone, tall trees.
Oh man,
We're gonna do this until we can pull the boat out of the water.
We joke around. We're like, so when we're lifting Devin's boat into the back of the truck, we're joking around like, okay,
Stumbling on the rocks and
how
falling
old
over.
are we gonna be able to do this? And we start calculating it in years. So we're like, okay, we're 52 right now. We can do it till we're 65, 70. I don't know. So yes.
As long as we can do it. And then when we can't pull the boat out anymore, then we'll just pay somebody to take us out fishing. So.
I'm super grateful to Jason and Devin for letting me join them on their sibling fishing adventure. It's always a privilege watching people thrive in their element. If you're into or interested in fly fishing, Jason and Devin have a great YouTube channel called Trout Twins, and I'd highly recommend checking it out. These little trips around the Pacific Northwest never fail to leave me with some of my fondest memories.
There's a million things I would rather do instead. I just sit here lonesome for you. There's a million things I would rather do instead.
Squarespace is the best in the business when it comes to building a new website. Whether you're a photographer, artist, musician, or starting a new business, Squarespace has all the tools you need to get a professional website up and running. I recently hosted an entire online photography gallery that featured 100 photographers from around the world on my personal website, and that's all thanks to Squarespace. The website building interface is extremely intuitive and absolutely zero coding is necessary. They have a ton of fantastic templates to choose from, and from there you can begin to further customize the look and feel of your site to make it unique to you. On top of that, they have great e-commerce tools that let you keep track of orders, inventory, customers, offer memberships, and more. And with fantastic customer service, you're always in the clear if you ever need help along the way. If you'd like to receive 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain, head over to squarespace.com/Brae or use code Brae at checkout to do so.